Hey y'all, I wanted to talk about Selfloss. It's a small indie title. It's a venture puzzle sort of game. I play it on the PS5. And it's one of those games where you're learning about the world as you go. You're input into this place between the afterlife and the living world, this weird in-between, and as you're navigating through, you find out that somehow there's like a plague that's appeared that's kind of taken over. You're trying to figure out the origins of it and also how to get rid of it as you're navigating through. The characters don't really talk in terms of like having voiceover. It's just all text-based, and it's kind of you going around talking to these characters. It's got a little bit of a top-down viewpoint, so you're looking kind of downward as you're going through, and you're just encountering different puzzles along the way. Now, the main tool mechanic you use is a stick that's sort of like a wand. It works like a wand, basically, and you're going through using light through the wand to help get through places. You use it to open doors, you use it to activate lore pillars, and you can use it to like dissipate some of the evil plague that's around. You can even use it on like the main character himself. I was using the right stick, so I can maneuver to stick around the main character and get some of the plague off of him if he ran into like a puddle or a pond that had some stuff on it and it would get on him. And using the stick too, you can be kind of far away from it. Sometimes you have the option to place a stick somewhere to help like create a bridge or something. That way you can walk across and then you can like summon the stick back. And it's kind of like summoning Thor's hammer, basically. You get to summon Thor's hammer all the way back and it goes whoop, right back to your hand. And you can continue on your merry way. The look of the game reminds me kind of like Ono a little bit in terms of its style, which is a game I had played before that was a smaller indie title. Not super expressive characters and faces, but it's got a unique art style to it. To navigate around, you're mostly walking. What I do appreciate about the game, though, is that you can actually run pretty much from the beginning of the game. Because the character's a bit older and he's using his little walking stick. He does like have this little old man like shuffle walk that he does, and it's kind of funny to watch, but it's nice to be able to get through places a little bit faster, and he moves pretty quickly for an old timer. He moves pretty fast. But you also have the option too of sometimes taking a boat to navigate to areas, because you're given a map kind of towards the beginning of the game, and it kind of shows you where you need to go. And of course, in a game kind of like a Zelda of sorts, you can stop on like a little island on the side, go explore, see what's there. Sometimes you run into other characters. A lot of them are just camping or hanging out, and you can find like an extra little lore spot. And in the menu, you can see, oh, there's a certain amount of cards that are lore cards. You can kind of tell, like, oh, this is how many cards there are. You pick them up as you go along. They don't necessarily appear in particular order, but there's that. There's like little index things you can collect as well as you're going along. So it's got little collectibles, but not overwhelming collectibles. Again, this is a shorter experience, so it's more about getting you from point A to B. It is kind of linear in that sort of way. It's not like a huge open world experience. Again, it's more platformy, puzzly. For the most part, the puzzles I was able to figure out. There was once or twice where I was a little confused and stuck on what I needed to do, but then once I saw it, I go, oh, I should have figured that out. You know, I didn't feel like the puzzles were too difficult or anything. And I played partway into it. I haven't fully finished it. But I think it's definitely worth checking out if you have time. It doesn't cost that much, and it's worth getting it. If you want to get a quick game out of the way, you need that sort of indie fix, it's worth a shot.